Every December, I tell myself, this year I'm going to spend less. I make my list, I set my budget, and then guess what? Poof, the money's gone. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone, because there are sneaky little habits that I call Christmas spending traps that definitely drain your wallet before you even realize it. And I'm guilty of it 100%. I've just been able to catch myself over the years to the point now where I do not do this. Hopefully, you can pay attention and realize what you're doing and catch yourself to not be sucked in to spending more money than you actually have. This first one's called the tiny little gift trap. And that is, you know what that is. You know what it is when you need an extra little tiny little gift and you put a little $5 gift in the basket and a $10 gift in the basket, or even a $2 gift in the basket. And before you know it, it's $50 or $60 or $70. It's a lot. And we always try to convince ourselves, oh, it's just a few extra bucks. I'm just going to add it in. And it adds up really fast. One year, my husband said, oh, just go out and purchase a couple other little smaller gifts so the kids can open them up and have extra little filler gifts. Just some little cheap little things. That didn't turn into a couple cheap little things. That turned into an extra $75 or more to buy all the children an extra couple little filler gifts. Yeah, that was an eye-opener. That was shocking because I didn't have an extra 75 and I still did it. And guess what? They were such cheap little tiny little gifts. They probably got pushed to the wayside. The kids don't even remember what they got. I don't even remember what I bought. And I just felt like that $75 was, at the moment, was fun to open and it was exciting and everybody was smiling and happy in the moment. But nobody remembers it and I'm out $75 and that's a lot of money for me. So what I do instead now is I make a list of my bigger gifts and I purchase all of them first. Then, once I'm done, if I need to go back and buy another little gift to add to it, then I will go back out and take care of it then. And I will not do it at the same time. I will not just add a whole bunch of stuff to my cart, because sometimes you even add things to your cart thinking, well, if I don't need it, I'll return it. And most of the time, we know better. We don't return it. This next one's called the perfect Christmas illusion trap. And you know what I'm talking about. You're scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, and all of a sudden you come across the perfect little family with the perfect matching pajamas and the perfect twinkling lights on the tree. And oh my gosh, the custom ornament, or maybe the custom wrapping paper. You know what I'm talking about. And we feel like we need it at the time because everyone's going to be coming to our house for Christmas, and I want to make the best, biggest presentation for everyone. And we've all been there. We've all overspent on stuff like this. But you don't need to. You don't need to overspend, especially if you don't have the money to do this. Because you will have to pay it back eventually. And come January, and January comes very quick, you will owe that money. And possibly plus interest. And we don't want to get into that cycle for the new year. We're trying to get ourselves out of debt and we're trying to get our finances in order. And we don't need to spend that extra money, especially if we don't have the extra money to spend. If you don't have that money set aside in your budget, I highly recommend skipping it this year. But if you love it so much and you want those matching pajamas next year and you want that fancy custom ornaments or wrapping paper and twinkly lights and all that fun stuff, then create a budget and have it ready to go for next year where you can afford to splurge on that kind of stuff. This next one I call the sale scam trap. And yes, I will admit, this one does get me. You see the 40% off and your brain's like, I'm saving money. But let's be real, you weren't planning on buying it in the first place. You didn't save 40%. You actually spent 60% more than you meant to. That's how the stores win. They get you to buy things you never even wanted, just because there's a red tag attached. So here's a new rule to try. If it's not on your list when you walk in the store, don't put it in your cart. Just don't even do it. Walk right past it. You're strong. You can do this. This is what this channel is all about, is spending your money wisely, making wise decisions with your money, and making sure everything's going in the right direction. You have a strict Christmas budget this year. You need to be strong, and you need to focus, and you need to just keep your priorities in check, because saving money by spending it isn't really saving it. This next one is called the guilt gift trap, because we are spending out of guilt. Maybe you weren't able to buy your family a lot of gifts last year, and this year you're going to make up for it, and you're going to buy all the gifts for everybody. Or maybe somebody helped you out last year and bought you an extra gift that you just didn't have the money to reciprocate. And that's okay. We don't need to reciprocate it. People like to do things out of the kindness of their hearts. And you don't have to repay them. They're feeling good for giving you a gift, just like you would feel good giving somebody else a gift. Some years, we just don't have the money to do that. If it's in your budget and you have the money to do it, do it. But when you don't have the money to do it, don't feel like you have to pay somebody back for being generous and kind to you. Instead of shopping, you can repay them in different ways. Maybe write them a nice note, or send them a card, or tell them about your favorite memory with them, or just do something thoughtful for them that doesn't cost any money. Here's a little tip that I like to share with people. You could make little coupons and put these coupons in a card and give them out to the special people that you want to do special little things for. The coupon could say anything, like maybe even a coffee date with you in 2 months. So in February, they could cash it in with you for a coffee date. And by then, you'll have money for your coffee date. Or you don't really have money for your coffee date right now because it's Christmas and you might not have a lot of money. But by February, you'll be ready for that coffee date, and they will be more than excited to cash that in and have some special time with you. It's all about the love and the joy and the laughter that you share with your family and friends. Most people don't really care about a lot of the physical stuff, and they just like the memories and the happiness and the joy that you shared with them. This next one is the last minute panic buy trap. You know the one. It's December 22nd. You're panicking because you don't know if you have enough gifts for everybody. You run out to the stores. It's chaotic. There's people everywhere. It's Christmas music's blaring. You can't find a parking spot. And you just start grabbing everything and anything so you have presents and you have extra presents so everybody has a present to open. Doing this is going to blow your budget faster than you can even think. So for next year, start your list now. Even if it's just names and dollar amounts, then each paycheck set aside a little bit of cash so you have your Christmas club fund for next year. Be prepared. And actually, it's great to even over-prepare so you have extra money to buy maybe extra food or extra wrapping paper and bows. What I do every year, $12 a week. That's what I put in my Christmas club. And you know, by the time I get my Christmas club sent to me in October from the bank, I have about $624. And that's a really good start for me. And I don't notice $12 out of my paycheck every week. So to have $600 and some dollars at the end of the year to do my shopping, yeah, some years that's not enough. But it's a really good start to have. And I don't notice it throughout the year. So to have $600 at Christmas time is amazing. Sometimes I'm able to spend $600 on things for Christmas because we're having a $600 a year Christmas. That's in my budget. That's what we're doing. And I make it happen. And there's some years, yeah, we want to spend a little bit more. We want to buy a little bit bigger gifts. And that's okay. But I'm able to pay for it in cash. And it all works out. And nothing goes on the credit card. And I have no January New Year debt to worry about. And there's no stress. And that's the most important part. I don't want any extra stress in my life. So if you really want to save money at Christmas this year, it's not about being cheap. It's just about being aware. Because once you see these traps, you're going to be able to avoid them. And that means more peace, more presents, and more joy. If you want more cozy money videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around, because every week for the next few weeks, I'm going to be talking about all things Christmas and money, how to save money and how to spend wisely. So make sure you like my video and definitely watch my next one. I think it's super awesome and I think you're going to love it. We'll see you next week.